One thing that's really empowering for children as they grow up is that sense of safety. And how that comes about is boundaries, not rules and regulations. Again, let's go back to the concept of authority. Authority is about my way or the highway, and this is how it is. That doesn't work. These children require a boundary. A boundary is not limited. A boundary is like a form, like a fence around it, but being able to see over the other side and that anything is possible. By having a boundary, children feel safe and secure. Let's go through some of the personalities. The aqua personality hates rules and regulations and will, I money back guarantee, if you've got an aqua, will break every single rule on purpose. However, they love and need boundaries. So even though you might say, listen, this is the rule, which I guarantee, don't say the word rule with an aqua. If you say this is the boundary, this is how it is, you have a choice to follow. So all the things that we've been going through so far, this is how it is, this is what the results are. By setting it up all the time in the same place, by just confirming it, reaffirming it, reaffirming it, reaffirming it, allows the aqua child to go, okay, I might try to push through, but I know there's a safety net. I know that every time I break a rule, I can come back and I can be loved. I know that if I overstep the mark, I can come back and I'll be loved. I know that if I break it, there's a consequence. So the idea of a boundary is love and acceptance, but this is where it buck stops, not a limitation. It's creating a limit. So I'm going to give you an example. What if the child continually wags school? So you set a boundary. Do it again and there'll be a consequence. You'll have detention. No PlayStation. I'll take your mobile phone off. Obviously, the punishments are not working. Set a boundary. Okay, why are you wagging school? What's the story? Remember communication and listening? So I'm going to be the child. Nothing. There's definitely something happening. That communication is telling you, I'm hurting, I don't want to go there. I've turned my shoulder to you. By setting the boundary and saying, here's the deal. You can do X to get X. We've got mathematics now. They will work out experientially what will make them feel safe. Let's go into children yelling at you, especially a teenager or a small child. So it's a privilege for them to yell at you because they're hurting, but there needs to be set a boundary of, okay, back to breathing, back to being centered, drinking water, and you say, okay, enough. I'll listen to you when you're not yelling. I'm now walking away, because what happens is when teenagers yell, they actually build up a hormone that's the same hormone as having an orgasm. They get off on arguing. For some, not all teenagers argue. Set the boundary. So not setting a limitation of you're not lovable, it's here it is. I'll see you here. I'll meet you in this place where we are one together. The idea of the boundary is to make them feel safe. In my household, my boys always said, Mum wears the pants in the family. I set the boundaries. This is how it is. You want to speak to me this way, you want that, this is how, you want to earn that? Great, your choice. Whereas if I was like, yeah, you can have, no, you can't, that's not boundary setting. And I watch so many parents and grandparents and teachers set a rule and then they whitewash it. Well, children are going to pick that up, whether they're little or whether they're teenagers. They're going to say, well, that's a pushover. That's just a limit, I'm going to push it over. So please set some boundaries here. What is working, what's not working for you in the home? Not just with the children, but in your life. And set those boundaries, make them clear. Do you need to make a chart on the fridge? Do you need a sticker system? What do you need to allow that children to know this is the safe place? Because remember, setting boundaries allows them to feel safe and then confident. Have fun with this because it's very powerful, especially for yourself.